Hello everyone, I'm Dr. David Glassner, Superintendent of Shaker Schools. It is an honor and privilege to address this year's Max Scholars Award ceremony. As I'm sure you are all aware, this year marks the 30th anniversary of the Max Scholars program at Shaker Heights High School. This year is also the 20th anniversary of our district's partnership with the Minority Student Achievement Network, a group of districts like ours who work together to address issues around equity and diversity in the public school system. Being a member of the Max Scholars means that you are part of a groundbreaking, nationally recognized peer-to-peer mentoring program that has helped African American males as young as third grade develop their leadership skills and achieve academic excellence. True to its mission, the Max Scholars program provides academic and leadership opportunities and creates a positive learning environment for its members. That foundation enables you to develop your identity and your leadership skills, which I know you will take with you to college, to your careers, and all throughout your lives. To our seniors, this is an important day. Normally, I would look forward to congratulating you in person. The fact that I can't do that this year in no way diminishes what you have accomplished, the young men that you are, and the great future that you all have in front of you. You have made us proud, and I know that you will continue to make us proud. As former President Obama said last week, your graduation marks your passage into adulthood, the time when you begin to take charge of your own lives. It's when you get to decide what's important to you, what kind of career you want to pursue, who you want to build a family with, the values you want to live by. I believe that the Shaker schools in general, and the Max Scholars program in particular, have prepared you for this exciting road ahead. To our underclassmen, your turn will come. I congratulate our potential and emerging scholars for meeting their academic goals this year, and I look forward to congratulating you in person next spring. Finally, thank you to Mr. Reese and Mr. McIntyre for their tireless work and devotion to this program. And of course, I would be remiss if we did not recognize and thank Ms. McGovern, the founder of the Max Scholars here in Shaker and an advisor for 28 years. Thank you all for your perseverance and hard work this year, and thank you for allowing me to share these thoughts with you. I wish you all the very best.
Good evening, families. Welcome to the 2020 Max Scholars Award Ceremony. I'm Eric Julie, and I'm the principal of Shaker Heights High School. We are here tonight to honor our amazing Max Scholars. Before we turn to our students, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the incredible efforts of Mr. Hubert McIntyre and Mr. Nate Reese. Without their efforts before, during, and after this pandemic, the Max Scholars could not be the amazing program that it is today. To all of our graduating scholars, if you haven't taken a moment to reach out to Mr. McIntyre and Mr. Reese to thank them for supporting you, I highly recommend you do so as soon as possible. And to our underclassmen, learn from these men. They will never steer you wrong. Not having the opportunity to be in school has been particularly difficult these last few months. I didn't choose to be the principal of Shaker Heights High School to run the building from my living room. What I love about school is getting to be around our students. Losing out on the opportunity to see our Max Scholars in action in the spring and getting to recognize them in person at this award ceremony is a real loss. But I also know that our graduating seniors have an amazing future ahead of them, and our rising underclassmen are just beginning to discover their untapped potential. Thank you to all our scholars for your commitment in this school year. I know you will maintain your focus and your commitment to your own success now and in the future as you move forward in life. We're here tonight to honor the potential and emerging scholars who have met their academic goals in this unexpectedly difficult school year. We're also here to honor the Max Scholars seniors who are Shaker Foundation Award recipients. I had the privilege of virtually attending and reading the names of many award recipients at that ceremony last week. I think that being a Max Scholar is one of the highest privileges and honors at Shaker Heights High School. I look forward to hearing all the names of the recipients of awards this evening. Thanks again for inviting me tonight. I look forward to doing this in person in the future.
Hello, my name is Nathaniel Reese. I am District Max Scholars Advisor, and I'd like to thank you for attending our virtual Max Scholars ceremony. I'd like to thank the Max Scholars who came before. We're standing on your shoulders, and we appreciate your support. I would like to commend the scholars and all students for that matter for your tenacity, drive, and mental toughness. Just as a reminder to those who are viewing this of how at award ceremonies, you are supposed to hold your applause until all names have been read. Well, in this case, I don't care. We can't hear you anyway. So, again, we appreciate your attendance and enjoy.
Good afternoon. My name is Lucas Arders. We, the Max Scholars, welcome all of you to the 2020 Max Scholars Awards program. Today is a celebration of achievement. We have concluded our work with the 9th and 10th grade potential and emerging scholars. Today, we will recognize those who took the challenge and have met their academic goals for the year. First, however, we believe it is important to share with you a little history regarding our student leadership program. At this time, I would like to call on Rudy Collins.
The Max Scholars Program was launched in 1990 as a joint effort by faculty committee members and a group of African American male students. The committee invited highly achieving juniors and seniors to become student consultants to work with them on developing a way to raise the achievement gap of highly capable 9th graders entering the high school. After numerous discussions on the possible interventions, the students urged the committee to let them begin student-led academic mentoring program. The committee listened and unanimously supported their leadership initiative. At this time, I would like to call on Brandon Golston.
In 1990, this determined group of young men called themselves the Minority Achievement Committee and became known as Max Scholars. The 9th graders who attend their meetings were called potential scholars. We strive to inspire, encourage, and share with the younger males what we have experienced and learned regarding academic achievement. In order to have a positive effect on potential scholars, we consider the following attributes of the highest importance: respect, pride, honesty, sensitivity, and confidence. At this time, I would like to call on Jacob Tanan.
Our annual leadership retreat is orchestrated by our advisor, Mr. McIntyre. We engage in team-building initiatives that represent concepts we can refer to or revisit when planning our meetings. This year, our August retreat was held at the Shaker Rocks climbing facility. We had the opportunity to meet and listen to Mr. Kai Leitner, a young professional climber. Afterwards, we spent the afternoon learning how to belay and challenge ourselves climbing. The retreat concluded with a large group debriefing session. At this time, I would like to call on Donald Lockhart.
As Max Scholars, we are responsible for bi-weekly planning meetings before every session with the 9th and 10th graders. This year, we planned and carried out 2 meetings a month for approximately 70 to 80 underclassmen. Meetings centered around academic achievement issues, social obstacles, and topics that potential scholars identified as being important to them during the first year of high school. At this time, I would like to call on Evan Ward.
In October, 3 Max Scholars and 3 Max Sisters attended the Minority Student Achievement Network, or MSAN, in Milton, Wisconsin. MSAN is a national coalition of 27 multiracial suburban urban school districts that come together twice a year to analyze policies and examine practices that influence the academic performance of students of color. The conference this theme this year was The Roses That Grew from Concrete. This metaphor expresses the hope and potential of beauty through the toughest of circumstances. At this time, I would like to call Kendall Berry to the stand.
The MSAN conference experience with 200 student leaders from around the country was amazing. The guest speakers and discussion group activities were unforgettable. I want to give a shout out to MSAN Executive Director, Ms. Madeline Hafner, and Outreach Specialist, Ms. Connie Showalter. This is their 20-year anniversary. Congratulations and thank you for your dedication. At this time, I would like to call on Ian Super.
Over the years, we have proudly shared our program with over 70 schools across the nation. All have requested information and/or assistance in developing their program in their high school. This year, the Math Scholars and a few potential scholars had a unique opportunity to be interviewed by Mr. Kamal Bell, the host and executive producer of the CNN series United Shades of America. Mr. Bell, with his exceptional comic style, made the time spent inspirational and entertaining. At this time, I would like to call on Matthew Freeman.
We would now like to extend a special thank you and our appreciation to Dr. David Glassner, Superintendent, Dr. Marla Robinson, Chief of Staff, Mr. Eric Julie, Shaker Heights High School Principal, members of the Shaker Heights Board of Education, the McGovern Family Foundation, the Shaker Heights School Foundation, and the continued support of the Max Scholars Program, Shaker Heights Teacher Association, Shaker Max Scholars Alumni, Mr. Chuck Tisdale, Mr. Louis Burrell. At this time, I would like to call on Mikkel Wilcox.
The Max Scholar Pledge was written 30 years ago by Glenn Hunter, a Max Scholar. We say it at the beginning of every meeting. It is important to us because it represents the mission of the program and our commitment to the goals set during the beginning years of the Max Scholar program.
I am an African American, and I pledge to uphold the name and image of an African American man. I will do so by striving for academic excellence, conducting myself with dignity, and respecting others as if they're my brothers and sisters.
We have over 300 MAC alumni scholars. They are pursuing their dreams all across the country and around the world. Many of our alumni MAC scholars are watching this ceremony today. We hope you are well during these unprecedented times and continue to practice behaviors that will help keep you and your family members safe. Many alumni scholars return annually for the Max Scholars Alumni Meeting held in December. The tradition of one alumni scholar returning to speak at our award ceremony has always been a priceless moment in our ceremony. At this time, I'd like to call on Dalton Mosley.
Rashad Burnley was a 1997 graduate of Shaker Heights High School. He was an outstanding student leader, mentor, and Max Scholar. He was relentless in his efforts to lift the younger students to heights he knew they could achieve. Rashad tragically met an untimely death at the very early age of 19. But in his memory, the Rashad L. Burnley Minority Achievement Memorial Fund was established. Today, enrichment awards will be presented to senior Max Scholars who represent the dedication and leadership Rashad brought to the Max Scholars program. At this time, I would like to ask Ms. Laura Orazi, Director of Development for the Shaker Schools Foundation, to present the Rashad Burnley Enrichment Award and the McGovern Family Foundation Awards.
Greetings to our Max Scholars, their families and advisors, and to our Max Scholar Award sponsors who have joined us today. I'm Laura Arazzi, Director of Development for the Shaker Schools Foundation. I'm honored to be part of this celebration, and I'm pleased to provide honorariums to each of our graduating Max Scholars. These honorariums are made possible through generous donations to the Max Scholars Fund, the McGovern Family Fund, the Rashad Burnley Memorial Fund, and through a grant from the Fox Foundation. On behalf of the Shaker Schools Foundation, I congratulate Dakota Cochran, Matthew Freeman, Brandon Golston, Kyle Langford, Najee Lockett, Donald Lockhart, Brian Porter, Shannon Proctor, Ian Suber, Jacob Tanan, Cedric Woodford, and Lucas Zarders. Each of you will receive a check for $350 in appreciation for your dedication to your academics and your service to your Shaker School community. Thank you and congratulations.
Max Scholars, congratulations for 30 years of a commitment to excellence in education. My name is Dr. Lawrence Burnley, Vice President for Diversity and Inclusion at the University of Dayton, a Shaker Heights alum, but more importantly, the father of Rashad Burnley, one of the early MAC pioneers, Shaker Heights High, class of 97. You may know his name or be familiar with it because there's an award that's given in his name each year and in his memory to a Max Scholar. Rashad was very passionate about MAC. He gave it his all, not only for his own excellence, but for the excellence of those who are coming behind him. So I salute you, Max Scholars. I salute you and I commend you and I encourage you to always strive for academic excellence, always conduct yourself with dignity, respecting others as if they were your brothers and sisters, because you know what? They are. Congratulations, Max Scholars. You rock.
Thank you, Ms. Orazi, and thanks again to the Burnley family and the McGovern Family Foundation for the generous support you offer the Max Scholars program. At this time, I would like to call on Jihad Arif.
The number one goal of the Max Scholars Program is to improve the academic achievement among African American males in Shaker Heights High School. This progressive effort begins with reaching out to our younger elementary and middle school brothers. Under the leadership of our district Max Scholars Advisor, Mr. Reese, we have a Max Scholars program in all 5 of our elementary school buildings. We enjoy visiting the young scholars and participating in their meetings after school. At this time, I would like to call on Jaden Griffin.
We will now call on our senior Max Scholars and ask them to share their seniors' last words. These farewell expressions are for the potential and emerging scholars they will be leaving behind. Scholars, please come forward and share with us your 45 to 60 second farewell speech.
My name is Donald Lockhart and I'm a senior. 4 years ago, I came from a small Catholic school. It was like 181 kids, and making the transition to Shaker was very daunting for me because I thought I wasn't gonna make any friends. I didn't know what to expect. Everything, the whole environment was very new to me. So how I overcame these obstacles, I joined academic clubs, extracurricular activities like SCORE and Max Scholars, helped me make bonds with people, helped me make friends. So that's my advice to any underclassmen, just take the leap and go after your goals.
Hey everyone, I hope you all have been able to find ways to be positive during this unusual time. Even though this isn't how I expected it, I will be giving you all my last words of advice. My biggest takeaways from scholars are the importance of being someone who is never satisfied and always pushes for better, and never allowing someone else's prejudice or uneducated beliefs define me. We all make mistakes and have choices we've made in the past that we wish we could change. Knowing this, I hope to leave you all with some advice. Be yourself and learn more about yourself. Don't do things just because your friends are doing them. Try new and interesting clubs. Try stimulating and fascinating classes. Learn a new skill. Second, never be stagnant and always have goals for the future. What's the point of being mediocre when you can be great? Lastly, always try to learn more, whether it be from people, school, or other resources. Knowledge is power and can truly take you far. With that being said, I would like to thank you all for being a part of Scholars, and I hope the best for you guys in the future. Being a Max Scholar has given me the chance to be a leader and hold myself to high standards, which will help me in college and beyond. I wish you all good luck, and I'm confident in your greatness.
Hey Scholars, I hope you guys are doing good and staying safe during this time. As I move on to the next chapter of my life, I wanted to leave you guys with some advice on the things that I've learned throughout my last 4 years at the high school. Number 1, embrace the time you spend here and the people that you spend it with. It took me 3 years to realize how important the people that I went to school with were to me and how much of an impact they had on my life. Number 2, learn from your mistakes. I've made countless mistakes throughout high school, and I had to learn from it and change things so that I don't make that mistake again. And lastly, number 3, have fun, but remain focused on your goals. One of the hardest things in high school is that you have to create a balance between all the different things in your life, like school, family, friends, sports, scholars, and other extracurricular activities. But through all of that, this is also a time to have fun and make memories. Continue the legacy, brothers. Shaker forever.
Thank you, seniors, for all of your heartfelt words of wisdom and encouragement. At this time, I would like to call on Noah Foster.
Our guest speaker today is Mr. Michael Bowen. Mr. Michael Bowen is an associate attorney for Coffey, Halter & Griswold, LLP, specializing in business litigation and government relations. He earned his law degree at Cleveland Marshall College of Law and a Bachelor's of Arts in Political Science and History at Miami University of Ohio. He is an active member of the Greater Cleveland community, serving on the board of directors for Engage Cleveland, the Center for Arts and Inspired Learning, the Artists Archives of Western Reserve, and the Emerging Leaders Committee of Union Club of Cleveland. Mr. Bowen's wife, Sarah, is also a Shaker graduate.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike Bowen, and I'm a proud Shaker Heights graduate from the class of 2005, a Miami of Ohio graduate from 2009, and a 2015 graduate from the Cleveland Marshall College of Law. I want to congratulate you for completing another school year and participating in the Max Scholars this year. This organization is very special to me and taught me a lot of lessons over the years. I can't believe it's been 15 years since I sat in the same seats you currently sit in. Among those lessons, I'm going to talk about 3 today: adversity, motivation, and goal setting. Unfortunately, us as minorities continue to face more adversity than our counterparts. Outside of racism, and in Shaker I would argue it's called placism argument, statistics show that many of us come from single-family homes that are lower to middle class. So, we as black men and women are already at a disadvantage from our white counterparts who normally come from two-parent households. As I look at many of the people I graduated with who either flourished in their career in life or failed, the people who have failed did so because adversity arose and they did not know how to handle it. If you don't take anything else from my speech, harnessing the adversity and turning that into motivation is the key to success. For example, when I was 26 years old, I lost my mother unexpectedly. I was raised in a single-family home, so I felt that I was in a world all by myself. Instead of feeling bad about myself, which I did for a very long time, I turned that anger and that sadness into motivation and worked very hard to establish myself as an attorney and as a man. Being motivated is the number one way that you can succeed in school and in life. I've learned that talent is only 10% of the battle. Motivation and effort are the other 90%. You want to be known as the hardest working person in the room, whether it's in sports, whether it's at the gym, whether it's in school, or whether it's in a work environment. Find that reason that keeps you motivated. For me, it's my family and my wife. In fact, I challenge each of you to motivate one another and challenge each other on a daily basis so everyone can succeed. Being goal-oriented is another important aspect to success. To this day, I still write down my goals at least every 2 weeks, just like I did when I was a Mac Scholar 15 years ago. Goal setting allows you to create a roadmap and a plan to achieve those goals. Whether you seek to be an all-league football player or a 4.0 GPA semester or a GPA student this semester, or both, write down your goals. In conclusion, I want to commend each and every one of you for the work you're doing during this pandemic in these rare times. What a lot of people don't talk about is the adversity you're dealing with today. I didn't have to deal with that as a student. I also realize that there are educational inequalities that are happening all across this state, and that includes in Shaker Heights. Prior to this pandemic, some of you may not have had computers in your home, so remote learning wasn't a possibility. Some of you may not have ideal conditions at your home to do homework, so you have to work harder than your classmates, and you have to use that adversity that we talked about and turn that into success. I know a lot of you are athletes. Take your competitiveness and motivation and use that, what you use on the field, and use it in the classroom. I also want to thank two people in particular, Ms. McGovern and Mr. Matt. And I want to be very clear about this. These are two people who changed my life. They saw something special in me that I did not see, and I was too young to see, and invested time and effort into my development. There are few educators who put forth the effort into students that these two have, and I am eternally grateful. Every career achievement and every dollar I made, I attribute to the foundation that I received from the Mac Scholars, as it's a part of my Shaker education. However, I want to be clear, the Mac Scholars was the vehicle that got me and kept me on the right track. Likewise, every time I speak, I make sure I acknowledge my late mother. Her entire life goal was my success, and I couldn't be happier to give back to you gentlemen, just as she would have wanted me to, and she would be proud of today. My cell phone number is 216-308-9152. And Mr. Mack, please share this with the organization and anybody you see fit. You can call me at any time for help or guidance. I want to thank each and every one of you for continuing the Mack legacy, and always remember to give back. And as Mr. Hutch used to tell us, be the best.
On behalf of the Mac Scholars, I would like to thank you, Mr. Bowen, for your encouraging message. And at this time, I'd like to call on Kyle Langford.
At last, the one we've all been waiting for, the presentation of awards. The 2020 Mac Scholars Awards for Academic Achievement underlines the main objective of our program. What follows symbolizes the heart and spirit of what this program means to all of the Mac Scholars. We will first be awarding bronze medals to 9th grade potential scholars who have shown significant increase in their grade point averages and have attended our meetings. Congratulations to the 9th grade bronze medal winners, Mutassem Abdul Bar, Amir Midget, and DeAnthony Pompey.
Now we will be awarding the silver medal winners. These are 9th and 10th grade emerging scholars who have maintained a 3.0 grade point average or higher this year. They have taken on the challenge of taking honors and/or advanced placement classes. I'm happy to say that this year we have 27 recipients.
Hello, my name is Hubert McIntyre, and it gives me great pleasure to announce our silver medalists. Daniel Akintoye, Jaden Bell, Ethan Bryant, Ian Bryant, Aaron Cunningham, Javion Cunningham, Adam Diaz, Muhammad El Masay, Giles Foster, Cody Head, Alexander Holmes, Christopher Jackson, Jeremiah Jackson, Al Hassan Kabe, Jordan Levert, Elliot Miller, Andre Murray, Jaden Ramon, Hasim Rashid, Jaden Sargent, Antoine Staton, Jace Thomas, Mylan Ware, Khalil Watts, Caleb Woodson, and Daniel Young. Congratulations, gentlemen. We're so proud of your accomplishments.
This year, there will be 2 gold medal academic achievement categories. The first will be for 9th and 10th grade scholars who regularly attend scholars meetings. They have taken on honors and/or advanced placement classes, and they have earned a 4.0 grade point average or higher. For exceptional academic achievement, it is my pleasure to announce the 5 gold medal winners. Noah Snipes Ray with a 4.0 grade point average. Andrew Loney with a 4.1 grade point average. Kellen Smith with a 4.1 grade point average. Benjamin Jamal Jr. with a 4.3 grade point average. And Ayande Joseph with a 4.5 grade point average. Gentlemen, you have set the bar high for yourselves. Now set goals and achieve them as well. Never get complacent. We're extremely proud of you, and we wish you the best. Much success.
The final gold medal goes to the 9th grade potential scholar who has achieved the greatest increase in his grade point average over this past school year. He's also taken on the challenge of honors classes and has attended our meetings on a regular basis. This year's gold medal winner raised his grade point average from a 2.1 at the end of 8th grade year to a 3.3 at the end of his 9th grade year. For outstanding academic achievement, it is my pleasure to award this gold medal to DeJuan Thomas. Congratulations, DeJuan. Outstanding job. We're so proud of you. Congratulations. At this time, I'm going to ask all of our gold medal recipients to briefly share their formula for success with each and every one of us.
In the beginning of the school year, I set a goal of getting a 3.8. To not stress myself out about school, I made a simpler goal of getting nothing lower than a B every quarter. To accomplish this goal, I had to be proactive and go to my teachers for help. The hardest thing about accomplishing this goal was not procrastinating. I had to make schedules and actually stick to them. I had to make sure I got my homework on time and I actually prepared for tests. My best advice about accomplishing and being successful in school is making sure you get your homework on time and you actually go to teachers for help when you don't understand something.
Hey y'all, it's me, Noah Snipes Ray. I'm a sophomore at Shaker Heights High School. Some of y'all may know me as an acquaintance, a peer, a friend, or whatever. You probably know me though. I would say the way that I was able to maintain a 4.0 or above average throughout the entire school year was really getting a schedule done of when I need to get my work done and doing it when it needs to be done. Because I will be frank, there were some nights where I just had no motivation whatsoever to do homework, whether it be getting back from cross country practice or just lack of willingness to do it or procrastination in general. But it's all about being consistent to what you do, sticking with the schedule, and making sure that you get it done. You could even say that through quarantine where we are right now. It's just you have a lot more freedom and time to do what you need to get done to actually get it done. Because not everything is due on the same day. Sure, you might have like a online test Wednesday or a big project due Friday, but you have to take the big things in the week and then plan everything around that. Like what days you might have an assignment due, do it like maybe 2 days before if you have something big due the next day. It's all about proper planning. So yeah, that's how I got it done.
Hello everyone, this is Kellen Smith. I hope everybody is staying safe during this time. One of the obstacles that I faced this year was staying caught up with my work. The important thing about staying caught up, staying organized and writing in your planner and talking to teachers, communicating with them through email or going to conferences and getting your work done. If you do get behind, you will get stuck in a hole and it'll be hard to come out of it. Once you do come out of it, the work won't stop coming, so you can't get comfortable. The next obstacle that I faced this year was time management. The strategy that I took on for time management was dividing my assignments into smaller sections and not doing it all at once. If you do your assignments all at once, you probably will get overwhelmed and it'll create a bigger problem for you. Once you do get overwhelmed, then I suggest that you would talk to someone that you're comfortable with or you're close to, a family member or a friend, a counselor or a teacher, and ask them for strategies to help you be successful with your assignments.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Jamal. Some specific obstacles I had to overcome to earn a 4.0 GPA were managing my school and sports and also managing my concentration when doing homework and studying. Some ways I overcame these obstacles were by being intentional and working on building good habits so that I could overcome these obstacles, and also by making a planner or calendar to manage what I had to do and when I had to do it, and prioritizing my work by due dates and importance of the work. And that helped me to really overcome these obstacles to earn a 4.0 GPA. Some ways I built my student-teacher relationships were by going to conferences, talking to my teachers, not even sometimes about school, but just seeing how they were doing. And that certainly helped me with my relationship with my teachers, and therefore it helped me maintain good grades, and because I had a relationship with the teachers and they could help me do my work. Some ways I recharged daily from all the hard work I had to do was definitely by playing sports. I play tennis, and also sometimes just relaxing, reading, hanging out with friends and family, and that just helped me to recharge from my work and so that I could work to my full potential the next day.
Hello, my name is Leonde Joseph, and I am very proud to be a gold medal recipient of the MAC Scholars Awards. Throughout this whole year, it was a battle in my AP Bio class, which was my hardest to stay very organized, stay time aware, and not be a procrastinator to keep a higher grade. My other classes, I just had to make sure I was dedicated and every day bringing in focus and happiness and just enjoyment to the classroom, because really your attitude is half the battle, and if you don't want to be there, then you're not going to get the results that you want. So you need to make sure you come with a positive attitude and a positive mindset. Thank you very much, and I know I will see you guys in this position next year. Thank you.
Thank you, scholars, and again, congratulations. We proudly leave this program in the hands of the new generation of MAC scholars. We know you will continue to carry on the mission. Students leading students to greater success in school. Finally, farewell to my fellow seniors. Good luck as we follow in the giant footsteps of the alumni scholars. But wherever we go and whatever we do, we will always be MAC scholars.
Hello, friends and colleagues in the Shaker Heights City School District, and hello to you, MAC scholars. My name is Madeline Hafner, and I am the Executive Director of MSAN. On behalf of the 26 school districts in the MSAN network, I want to express my sincere congratulations to the Mac Scholars Program on your 30th anniversary. What an accomplishment! Shaker Heights is one of MSAN's founding school districts. For 20 years, Shaker and the Mac Scholars Program has been an inspiration to MSAN districts across the country, with districts in New Jersey, Wisconsin, Virginia, and Missouri starting their own Mac Scholars programs. This program has influenced the lives of thousands of students nationwide, and we are deeply appreciative of your legacy. Again, my heartfelt congratulations to the individual Mac Scholars being celebrated today, and to all of you in Shaker as you celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Mac Scholars Program. I look forward to continuing our work together for many years to come.
Hello. In closing, as you know, this is our 30th anniversary, which means the Shaker Heights Mac Scholars Program is 30 years new. That's right, 30 years new. Now, what do I mean when I say new? Let's briefly go back 30 years for clarification. In 1990, Mary Lynn McGovern, Baird Wea, myself, and 3 other colleagues invited 7 African American high-achieving males to attend our Minority Achievement Committee meeting. They listened intently as we discussed concerns we had regarding 9th grade underachievement. The students then engaged in a lengthy discussion amongst themselves. Afterwards, they asked if we would be willing to allow them to talk with some of the incoming 9th graders because they believed a difference could be made by doing so. This was a new idea, and it was theirs. It was not ours. They created this program. We said, okay, let's try it. Well, since then, every year we continue to have a new group of juniors and senior Mac Scholar leaders with new ideas. And we also have a group of incoming 9th grade potential and emerging scholars with academic concerns and goals that they hope to accomplish by the end of their freshman year. We now have a scholars program in all of the elementary schools for boys and girls. And finally, we have a new Mac Scholars Summer Academy program. So, after 30 years, this program is still new, even though the academic achievement battle that the scholars are facing is old and continuous. So what does new really mean? It means that the Shaker Heights Mac Scholars Program is not giving up the fight for academic excellence. Mac Scholars are talking to young 9th graders and showing them a better way in the meetings, in the classrooms, in the hallways, and in our community. At last year's award ceremony, we had 13 9th and 10th graders who were silver medalists, who had a 3.0 to 3.9 grade point average. This year's celebration, we have 27 9th and 10th graders who are silver medalists. Last year, we had 1 9th grader who was the gold medalist with a grade point average of 4.3. This year, we have 5 10th graders who are gold medalists with a grade point average of 4.0 and higher. Many freshmen and sophomores are raising their grades and vying to become Mac Scholars. alumni of the program for years have gone on into successful careers such as medicine, law, business, and education. The Shaker Heights Mac Scholars Program continues to be steadfast in promoting the image of young black male leaders who are academically successful, hardworking, confident, and willing to help others. Giving back while moving forward is the Mac Scholar way. Thank you, and again, congratulations to our scholars.